Hello everyone, my name is Schell, and for this week's demonstration I'm going to be talking about social affective strategies. Now, what are social affective strategies? Affective strategies. Now, let's start by taking these apart, social and affective. So a social strategy deals with asking questions, cooperating, and emphasizing with others. Now, the key word is with others. The social aspect is that students are going to be able to communicate with someone else. And this communicating is obviously going to be in a positive manner. Now, let's take affective strategies. Now, affective strategies deal with emotions and a person's attitude and their motivation and values they have that impact learning and language learning. This is very important. So these strategies, these affective strategies, the result, it actually lowers anxiety, encourages positive learning, and it really helps to balance, lifelong learning. So if we take this together, we put social and affective together, we get a strategy, indirect strategy that helps regulate emotion. It teaches how to view situations in a positive way. We talked about that social aspect a moment ago. With others. So how is the student going to view the situation with the other student in a positive way? It also helps students collaborate and cooperate with peers. And once again, I'm going to say positively. The end result is all these things are going to be done positively. We want positive emotion, positive learning. And entail this teaches students how to learn. Before students can learn, we can't just say 2 + 2 is 4. We need to teach them how to learn. And these strategies, these social affective strategies, helps in turn build lifelong learning. All right, so social affective strategies are broken up into 3 subcategories. That was weird. 3 subcategories: cooperation, questioning for clarification, asking questions, and then self-talk. All right, so we'll start with cooperation. Now, cooperation is actually working together with peers to solve a problem. Once again, the social aspect is with someone else. So working together with a peer to solve a problem. Through this, they're going to gather information, they're going to learn, and they're going to be able to provide feedback to one another. So the students are actually teaching each other. So they're taking the direct instruction or whatever the teacher has taught or modeled for the students. In turn, they're taking that and teaching each other, helping each other through modeling and through different methods so they can understand it on their level. Because as a lot of us probably know, when we teach, it can probably go in one ear out the other. But if the students can actually teach each other, they can phrase things in a way that allow them to understand it better. It's on their level. The next is questioning for clarification. So this is when a student asks a teacher or peer to clarify or explain or to rephrase something and give examples. Now, in my classroom, personally, I love this. But what I always have my students do And in our school, we use the CHAMPS method, so this would be under our help, the H for help. If they need help, they don't raise their hand and ask me first. They ask a neighbor first, and in turn, I'm hoping that the neighbor can use the skill of cooperation that we just talked about, and they can phrase it, once again, in a way that the other student can understand. So I can say things over and over again, but if the student is like, I don't get it, there's a reason probably they don't get it. So it's nice when a peer can actually put it in a way that they can understand. So they're going to do this by clarifying maybe my instructions or rephrasing it, or the other student's like, I just don't get it. And then, so if they both don't get it, then they're going to come and ask me. They're going to raise their hand and say, hi, Mr. Schell, we really don't get this. Is there a way you can rephrase this? And I have my students actually use that kind of, that vocabulary. So could you rephrase this question? Or they can't just say, I don't understand, or I don't get it. I get it all the time. They say, I don't get it. And I'm like, what don't you get? Could you please rephrase it? So I'm using the vocabulary once again. So they actually have to use the vocabulary. So let's move on to self-talk. Now, self-talk is amazing because a lot of times when a student doesn't get it, doesn't get something, a lot of times they can be very down on themselves. We definitely see this within middle schoolers, but even in elementary school children. Now, self-talk uses mental techniques to boost one's confidence and reduce anxiety when completing a task. Simply put, let me give an example. If a student doesn't get a math problem or whatever it is in the class, a lot of times they automatically shift to this mentality where I don't get it, I'm dumb, or I must be stupid because I just don't understand it, or why do my peers get this but I don't? So we want students to have a mental conversation with themselves. I have the students reason it. Reason out their saying, am I stupid? I'm stupid. Well, you're not stupid. How can I improve on this? Well, what's another way I can put this? Well, I don't get this. Or, I got this problem wrong and this doesn't make sense. Let's try it again. Now, maybe we can try this problem again, or ask this question another way, go back to rephrasing. But we want the students to be able to think of themselves in a positive way. So self-talk promotes positive, high self-esteem. Through self-talk, we are able to build the student's self-esteem, build their confidence, raise their attitudes. It actually reduces stress and anxiety. In turn, allows the student to be confident in themselves. And once they're confident in themselves and they believe in themselves, they're able to learn. If someone thinks they are dumb and they keep telling themselves they're dumb, they're going to end up not learning. They're not going to have the confidence to push through a block. They're not going to have the attitude, the positive attitude to push through. Ultimately, they're not going to love themselves. They're going to be more stressed. So students should self-talk to themselves and reason out what they're going through. I'm not dumb. I'm just going to try this in a different way. I'm going to do this again. I can do this. Even more, I have a teacher or an instructor that believes in me. So let's end this off on a quote by Benjamin Franklin. He says, "Tell me and I forget. Teach me and I remember. Involve me and I learn." Thank you very much, everyone, and I look forward to hearing or seeing your comments. All right. Good night, everyone.